at sportsnola.com by later this evening. As we continue, while the focus of today's luncheon is the outstanding scholar athletes that are seated directly in front of us and directly in front of you, we're also taking time to recognize other individuals who have been essential to the sport of football in the New Orleans area. And the first person we would like to recognize and to honor here this afternoon is this year's recipient of the Distinguished American Award. He's a gentleman who was born and raised and educated here in the New Orleans area, and he parlayed that education into tremendous success. Here to introduce this year's Distinguished American, I'd like to welcome another distinguished gentleman, Mr. Ben Hale, Senior Vice President of the New Orleans Saints. Ben?
Thank you. Yes, definitely not a distinguished American, but somewhat distinguished. I will tell you, this is pretty exciting for me, really, not just because I get to talk about Dennis, which is always fun, but to share the stage with a bunch of scholar athletes. I will tell you, to excel academically and athletically is obviously a challenge. My parents would have been thrilled if I would have excelled in one of the two, but fortunately I'm here to introduce somebody who fits the bill a little bit more than I probably did. You know, it's funny. Dennis is the president of two sports organizations, so you'd think that getting an awards would be very easy for him. It is, but it's darn hard to actually give them to him. He's one of those guys who truly believes in sharing credit with everyone else, not taking any for himself. In fact, I was really laughing that he didn't even tell his wife or Mr. Benson that he'd won this award. They both showed up anyway. And then he realized how much trouble he was in for not letting people know that he'd been honored today. One of the things that's in our locker room at the team facility that Dennis really lives by is it's amazing what you can accomplish if you don't care who gets the credit, something like that. And what Dennis tries to do with every accomplishment is certainly make sure that Mr. Benson gets credit, that the rest of the Benson family gets credit, but he also tries to make sure that everybody else within the organization is credited for the work they do, and that he's always made sure that both up and down people are honored. Just don't talk about him is the only thing that he has requested. When it comes to his leadership in football in New Orleans, one of the things he's really charged us with is being leaders at every level of the game, whether it's youth football, with children participating at the lowest level, high school. Even one of the things that's really been a joy for all of us is really since 2006, I think, really made it a point of emphasis to work with all the organizations that support football in New Orleans, and the Sugar Bowl is a big one of those. I think prior to 2006, we went to the game a lot, but we didn't have a lot of contact with Paul and this group. Since then, we've really been fortunate to work on projects with them, try to support them, just in recognizing all they do to promote football and youth education in the city of New Orleans. The other thing that Dennis has made a priority for us is if we're going to do something, it truly has to make a difference. He doesn't want us doing it just so we can get an article written about us or that we look good in the paper. That if we're going to do it, it should be big and it should matter and it should have a lasting impact. That's definitely been the case as we now rank #1 in the league in youth programs. We're leading the charge in player safety, heads-up football with USA Football, donated fields across the city in the metro area. Also sponsor the LHSAA Game of the Week to highlight, probably a lot of these guys have been on this year at some point, to promote high school football, and also trying to lend our assistance wherever possible with acquiring BCS, formerly BCS championships, playoff games, and championships. With that being said, we've done a lot of great things, but another hallmark of Dennis's leadership here is that he's never really satisfied with where we are. I can tell you we've already spent a lot of time in the last couple of weeks talking about what we're going to do next, and I think we have some very ambitious plans that'll help elevate football even more. We all recognize how passionate people are about football here in sports and how it can unite this community, and Dennis has really made it a focus to make sure that we keep that tradition alive and build upon it. If I can say one more thing about Dennis and his leadership, I will tell you, see, he's getting more and more uncomfortable, and I'm enjoying this more and more. The reason I had to speak today to tell you how much he doesn't like being honored. I just saw Paul, and he said, hey, you got to clear this date. Dennis is getting an award. I said, all right, that's fine. Walked back to the office, told Jean there that he's getting this award, and walked away. When the next thing I was getting a call, you have to introduce him. I said, why? I said, because you told him he's getting the award and he's mad. So Dennis, I'm sorry, this is another one you can't run from. Please join me in congratulating and welcoming Dennis for the Distinguished American Award.
Thank you very much, Ben. With that, I really don't have much else to add. Wow, that was pretty interesting. But I will certainly say thank you very much to the Sugar Bowl. Thank you very much for everything you do. And it would be very easy for me, and you would expect me to say thank you for the Economic Development Sugar Bowl. Thank you for what you do for our community Sugar Bowl. Thank you for what you do for these student athletes. And those are all tremendous things to thank you for. But to be honest with you, it's a privilege to thank you for supporting the high school athletics that I was able to participate in, and all the events that I participated when I was in high school, played in many of the tournaments that you mentioned earlier, and I've never been able to say thank you. So thank you very much for that. And since I'm saying thank you, I want to thank all the folks here from the Saints that came out today. Obviously, my wife and Mr. Benson. I was not expecting that. Thank you very much, Mr. Benson, for being here. And obviously, thank you very much, Jennifer, for being here as well. This week, Monday, not thinking I would ever use this in the speech, someone mentioned to me in a Benson organization, in a Tom Benson organization, and believe me, I was saying this even though I knew he wasn't, I didn't know he was going to be here today, but in a Tom Benson organization, name three words, or say, what are three words that describe the Benson organization? And to be honest with you, I was in between two meetings when I was asked that question, and I was in a hurry to go from one meeting to the other, but it made me pause a second and start really thinking about it. And I wrote down a whole list of various words, as you would think, that would name some of the things that our organization stood for. And but after about a half an hour, I came up with them, and I emailed it back to the person that asked me the question. And basically, the three words I think that describe our organization is dedication, integrity, and innovation. And the dedication piece is that we're really dedicated to winning championships and doing good for our community. And that's not just lip service. And it's really because of the folks that are at this table and the people in our community. We owe it to the people in our community to be dedicated to winning championships. But we also are dedicated to each other. We're dedicated to our family. We're dedicated to our faith. We're dedicated to our friends. And that means a lot. And that's through the leadership of Mr. Benson. Again, integrity. You guys know you have to be true to yourself and you have to be true to your teammates. And there's nothing more important than that when you're on the football field or on an organization. And then innovation, we always want to be cutting edge on what we're doing. And if you think about those three words, although they have led to many great successes for Mr. Benson and our companies, I think it really speaks well to you student athletes, because that's really what you are. If you think about it for a second, you're dedicated to your studies, you're dedicated to your athletics, your integrity, you're true to yourself, you're true to your teammates. In innovation, you're always looking to be better. And hopefully that describes who you are, at least in a small way. And hopefully you can use that for the rest of your life and keep on building on those principles. And I'll say one last thing before I sit down. I'm going to do everyone here a favor that's in up here and congratulate and thank all the parents that are here, because we know it's you guys who do all the hard work and who are there at the games and who are supporting us in the educational process. And I know as a parent sometimes we don't always get thanked enough. So thank you very much for your support and what you're doing for your children and for our community. Thank you very much.
Once again, congratulations to Dennis Lauscha for a well-deserved honor. Next up, it's my pleasure to introduce a gentleman that has embraced prep sports for many years, has promoted prep sports, has supported prep sports, and if you ever need a shirt, he's the guy to go to. He has helped WWL television for many, many years with their prep coverage and helping to recognize many young men for their exploits on the gridiron in particular, the Player of the Week honors throughout different districts and such. and he's done a great job of doing so in the process, and it's a labor of love for him, no question. And he's here today to help present our Contribution to Amateur Football Award, which I was blessed to win a few years back. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Jerry Foley. Jerry?
I got a phone call about a week ago from Jim Henderson. He asked me to come up here and introduce him. Well, how do you introduce Jim Henderson? I met Jim in 1978. I started in 1976 with WWL-TV. And because of Jim's love and passion for high school sports, we were able to accomplish a lot. 38 straight years now, we've had the Prep Player of the Week program. In 1978, Jim could have did away with it, and he chose to keep it. And each week, we honor one Prep Player of the Week from each district of 5A football. Back then, it was 6 districts. It was the Catholic League, the Jefferson Parish League, 2 Orleans Parish Leagues. We had the North Shore and the Bayou. And every week, Jim took the time on Tuesday nights to announce the Prep Players of the Week. During those years, he recognized over 4,400 players as Prep Players of the Week. Then we would have our weekly top 10, and that was done every Wednesday night. Jim, again, every Wednesday night for 34 straight years, we recognized the top 10 teams of 5A football in South Louisiana. Also, we had our all-district teams at the end of the year. The way we did that is we brought all of our coaches and players, we brought them in, we fed them. We now go to the New Orleans Saints facility. We bring all the coaches in from all over South Louisiana. We feed them. They break out into the squad rooms. They pick their own all-district teams. It's not picked by the media. It's picked by the individual head coaches of each football district. And then WWL-TV each year shows the all-district teams on TV the week before the state championship games in the Dome. Jim Henderson has always been a driving force behind that program. In 1981, WWL was recognized for the promotion of high school sports in America. When we first started this program, there was no other TV station in America that was honoring Prep Players of the Week in a weekly top 10. And we got an award. We were honored there, and they sent me an award from the Irish Channel Redemptorist High School. First trip I've ever been on, it was paid for. And I was very lucky. They let me bring my 2 kids and my wife. It was in Biloxi, Mississippi. But, to share a little story, I was doing it for 6 years for free. And I told Jim, I said, I got a phone call from Buddy Diliberto. Oh, yeah, what? He wants me to come visit him. Well, go see him. I went and saw Buddy D. You know how Buddy D was. He says, we want to hire you. He says, I know you're not getting paid. I said, well, no, I can't leave Channel 4. So I went back and I sat down with Phil Johnson, and Phil Johnson says, write down what they offered you. So I wrote down a figure on a piece of paper and folded it over. He said, throw it away. I'm going to double whatever they gave you. So he doubled it, and I've been at Channel 4 for 34 years with Jim, 2 years before Jim, and now the last 2 years with Doug Mouton. But I'm going to tell you this much. With Jim's support, we've raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. I'm not going to go through each one for kids in needs, young ladies and young men. And if it wouldn't have been for his support, we'd have never accomplished that. To me, he's one of the greatest human beings I've had the privilege of meeting in my lifetime. Tremendous character. You could tell him stuff, and you didn't have to worry about it being on the news at night. He loves New Orleans. He loves prep football. And this city is blessed to have Jim Henderson.
You didn't hear this off microphone. Archie just said to me, be short. We worked together from 1986 to 1998. I used to hear that every Sunday before we went on the air. Jerry, thank you very much for those kind words. Very much less than deserving of them am I. To his right is seated Tom Planchet, and Tom Planchet was the longtime producer in our sports department. So between Jerry and Tom, I really couldn't go wrong covering prep football, though I certainly had that opportunity. I grew up in upstate New York and worked in the broadcast industry in Panama City, Florida, and Atlanta, Georgia, before coming here, a city I'd never visited before in my life. And I had a working knowledge, I felt, of the Saints, somewhat of LSU, Tulane, UNO before coming here. But the thing I had no appreciation for was the depth and the passion that the people in South Louisiana have for prep football and high school athletes in general. With their guidance, I developed at least a portion of that I needed to convey during the time I was on the air at Channel 4. But in no way could I possibly have done this without their efforts. This is not my day. I would say that, speaking for Dennis, he would agree it's not his as well. This is your day for what you've accomplished. And for what you have accomplished, I salute you. And for the help of the two young men to my right, I thank you very much.
About 2:24. Is that good, Arch? Just making sure. Way to go, Hondo. Congratulations. Well, the National Football Foundation has chapters throughout the country. The New Orleans chapter has a distinct advantage in that the national chairman of the organization is one of our own. At this time, for the presentation of our high school honorees, it's truly my honor to introduce a great friend of many, many years, a gentleman who conducted himself as a gentleman on the field and off the field. We've been blessed to do radio shows together for many years. He's in many Hall of Fames. He's an inaugural member of the Saints Ring of Honor, a resident of New Orleans, Sugar Bowl committee member, a member of the College Football Hall of Fame, and the chairman of the National Football Foundation, and a true supporter of high school football and athletics in our community. Please give a warm welcome to our great ambassador and friend, Mr. Archie Manning. Arch?
Thanks very much, Kenny. Dennis mentioned, I'd like, you should see our scholar athletes in front of me here. I'd like all the parents of these scholar athletes, please stand, have a round of applause. Parents, guardians. Congratulations. And also, of course, this is on and off the field. All our coaches of these young men that are in attendance today, please stand, our coaches. Congratulations. As we say in the National Football Foundation, we build leaders through football. We're certainly honoring two great leaders today in Dennis and Jim. It's a pleasure to have them. Tremendous honor for me to have the opportunity every year to recognize these great young men for all their work on and off the football field. This year's class, I just pulled a couple of numbers here. They're truly incredible. This year's honorees, we have a total of 19 team captains, 110 letters, one in football. And in the classroom, we have a combined 34 years of service on the National Honor Society. And 13 of these young men have recorded a 4-point GPA or better. So let's meet this. Let's meet this year's scholar athletes. When I call your name, please stand. I'll read a few credits here and we'll have a round of applause. From Austin Burgess from Archbishop Hannon. Austin Honor Roll 5 years, Treasurer National Honor Society, Vice President Mu Alpha Theta, Mines Harvard Scholarship nominee, 4-year letterman, 4-year starter, 3-year all-district selection at right tackle, volunteer Habitat of Humanity, Covington Food Bank, and Thrift Shop. Austin will attend Colorado School of Mines on a merit scholarship. That's Austin Burgess from Archbishop Hannon. From Archbishop Rummel, Matt Kennedy. Matt has a 3.93 GPA, Alpha Honor Roll, National Honor Society, 3-year letterman, team captain, 2-time All-District defensive lineman, 2-time All-State honorable mention, Clarion Herald Big School All-Metro, helped his team to 2 state championships in Big Brothers, Student Council, and Campus Ministry. In the fall, we'll attend LSU. That's Matt Kennedy from Rummel. Also from Rummel, Jordan Namey, Honor Roll, multiple academic scholarships, Patrick F. Taylor Award, 3-year varsity letterman, helped the Raiders to 2 state championships, student council member, ambassador Big Brother, 8-year volunteer for Leukemia Lymphoma Society, volunteer for Second Harvest Food Bank and Special Olympics, plans to attend LSU, Jordan Namey from Rummel. From Ben Franklin High School, Kevin Dufashard, 3.46 GPA, 4-time winner Patrick Taylor Award, multiple-time Student of the Week, Bronze Medal Individual Research Project, 4-year letterman, team captain, led the team in rushing, touchdowns, and receiving. Also lettered in basketball 4 years and was team captain. Black Culture Club, Iota Sigma Christian Club, track team, peer mentor, Universal Community Care Clinic, Philadelphia Ministries Youth Group leader. Undecided on college, that's Kevin Dufashard from Ben Franklin. From Bonneville High School, Tyron McLemore, a 3.17 GPA, 2-year letterman, and was this year's team captain. Student council member, student leadership member, FCA, Key Club, plans to play football at Southeastern Louisiana. That's Tyron McLemore from Bonneville. Andrew Janoris from Brother Martin, 4.45 GPA, academic scholarship recipient, principal's honor roll 4 years, National Honor Society, 3-year letterman, Andy Douglas Memorial Award for the highest GPA in football and won the Tough Award. Student music ministry, Big Brothers, Miracle League volunteer, tutoring, summer camp counselor. It's been accepted, it's not decided yet, been accepted at Texas A&M, Georgia Tech, Alabama, Tulane, and LSU. That's Andrew Janoris, Brother Martin. From De La Salle, Jackson Ladner, 3.7 GPA, honor roll for 18 of 19 quarters, National Honor Society Alumni Scholarship, 4-year letterman in football, captain, also lettered in baseball 4 years, basketball 2 years, Big Brother, student council vice president, senior class rep, student leadership workshop in California, to attend the University of Louisiana Lafayette. That's Jackson Ladner from De La Salle. Michael Scyther from Fontainebleau, a GPA of 3.17, 4-year letterman in football, voted the hardest working defensive lineman, also earned 4 letters in track and powerlifting, team MVP for track and field, AAU Louisiana Governor's Game shot put champion. 9-year cello student, 4-year member of the FHS Talented Music Program, St. Tammany Parish Honor Orchestra, and Allstate Men's Choir. Undecided on college, that's Michael Scyther from Fontainebleau. From Grace King, Devontae Webb, a 3.5 GPA, honor roll, 4-year letterman, served as team captain, selected play in the Pontchartrain Classic All-Star Game. Plans to attend Tulane, Devontae Webb, Grace King. From Helen Cox, that's Justin Moore, a 3.33 GPA, honor roll, upward bound student council, 4-year letterman, 4-year starter, 3-time all-district selection, Jefferson Parish all-state player, will attend Southern University. That's Justin Moore from Helen Cox. From Holy Cross, Jason Abide, 4-point GPA, high honors, National Honor Society, Bronze Medal Award, highest GPA in English and algebra. 4-year letterman, 2-time academic all-state state semifinalist in 2012 and 13. FCA, peer minister, class vice president, Key Club, Miracle League, community cancer fundraiser, St. Michael's Special School. Plans to attend Southern Miss. That's Jason Abide from Holy Cross. Also from Holy Cross, Jacob Mahoney, a 4.2 GPA, earned highest honors for 8 years. National Honor Society, Great American Rivalry Service Scholarship, Tiger Award, Pat Taylor Award. 4-year letterman, 2-time All-District, Clarion Herald Elite Team, New Orleans Jefferson All-Star Team, Academic Allstate, Tutoring, Big Brother, Little Brother, Second Harvest, Boo at the Zoo, Mardi Gras Marathon, Save the Coast, School Ambassador, undecided on college, Jacob Mahoney of Holy Cross. From Jesuit, we have Jack Hebert, a 4.45 GPA, National Honor Society, Spanish Honor Society, WGNO Scholar Athlete of the Week. 3-year letterman, team captain all district, 3-year track and field letter, district champion javelin, 2-year basketball letterman. Senior class rep, peer support leader, service trip, Costa Rica with Courts for Kids. St. Dominic CYO member, Special Olympics volunteer, Big Brother, Little Brother program. We make a decision between LSU, Georgia, Rhodes College, and Tulane. That's Jack Hebert from Jesuit. Also from Jesuit, Jimmy Mickler, 4-year honor roll, National Honor Society, LSU's Alumni Association Global Leaders Award and Flagship Scholars Award. 3-year member of the football team, team captain, an all-district linebacker, district champion. Campus ministry, Big Brother, New Orleans Animal Rescue, Courts for Kids in Costa Rica, and Habitat for Humanity. Plans to attend LSU. Jimmy Mickler from Jesuit. From John Curtis Christian School, we have Isaiah Williams, a 3.95 GPA, ranks number 1 in his academic class, Presidential Honor Society, National Honor Society. 4-year letterman, all-district defensive tackle, 1 national championship, 3 state championships, 4 district championships. FCA Science Club, Interact Club, peer mentor for elementary students, student reader for pre-kindergarten and kindergarten students. Will attend Bowdoin College. That's Isaiah Williams from John Curtis Christian School. From L.W. Higgins, we have Jarrell Jackson, a 3.54 GPA, honor roll, honors graduate, 4-year letterman, 3-year starter, all-district offensive tackle, LHSCA All-Star Game participant, Feed the Homeless, student tutor, band, to play at Missouri Southern State on a full scholarship. That's Jarrell Jackson from L.W. Higgins. From Lake Shore, we have Rex Shepard, 4.3 GPA, National Merit Scholar Finalist, Student of the Year for Lake Shore High School, AP Scholar with Honors, AP Calculus and Psychology Awards, Academic All-State. 3-year letterman, 2-time captain, team MVP, all-district, lettered in soccer and track, winning the district championship in the 400-meter dash. National Honor Society, Mu Alpha Theta Club. Plans to attend MIT. That's Rex Shepard from Lake Shore. From Mandeville High, Zachary Berrient, 4.4 GPA, TOPS Honor Award, Top 30 Scholar, 4-year honor roll selection, National Honor Society. 3-year letterman, team captain, 2-time Player of the Week, Academic All-State, also lettered in track. Special Olympics event organizer, football counselor, officer in Best Buddies program, Habitat for Humanity, class senator. Will attend Louisiana College. Zachary Berrient from Mandeville High. From Country Day, we have Richmond Jackson, a 3.35 GPA, 4-year letterman. He was team captain, 2-time All-State, All-Metro, All-District. 3-year member of the Honor Board, including chairman in 2013. That's Richmond Jackson from Country Day. From North Lake Christian, we have Riley Risher, a 3.88 National Honor Society, 4-year Taylor Scholarship Award honoree, and Wendy's Heisman nominee. 4-year letterman, first team All-District on offense and defense, helped team to 10-0 regular season. Chosen St. Tammany West Chamber of Commerce Leaders of Tomorrow. Romania missions trip, Boys Club, student Senate President. That's Riley Risher from North Lake Christian